Sorry. Naturally, that was amazing timing. I just need to speak to one of the landowners. Never mind. We're sorted. Abel has helped us out. Anyway, so I thought that we'd found the missing male for a moment, but it turned out that there's 3 hyenas lying up probably about 20 meters, give or take, from where these lions are. I'll take you to see them in a little bit, but there's 3 hyenas lying over there. I don't know if they perhaps did have a small kill here. That would all make sense, because it would explain the hyena tracks on top of their tracks. It would explain why they're still around here when their tracks that I was following were from last night. So it's quite possible they did have a kill somewhere around here. Something small-ish, small enough that it is now gone. Oh, millipede! Look at the slightly to the left there, sends of that lion. Just to the left of him. There. There we go. Inching his way. Look out, millipede. No. Wrong way. Minamu, I'll answer that in 1 second. Morning, Bernie, and welcome to join me. It's hilarious. I was trying to respond to poor Bernie, and everyone was so busy telling him that I was live and that I wasn't listening to my Game Drive radio that I couldn't get a word in edgeways. Right, Minamu, you want to know how lions actually contract mange, or how it's spread. So remember that mange is basically a reaction to mites digging into the animal's skin. So those mites will occasionally get scratched off or drop off, and around about the area that they're lying in, or possibly because lions are such social cats, they could just transfer some of those mites by rubbing excuse me, rubbing up against each other. So it is really very, very contagious, and it spreads most quickly between animals that are social in nature. So there's certain animals that are more susceptible to it than others, lions being one of them. Hyenas hardly ever contract mange. In fact, I don't think I've ever heard of a hyena having mange. I've certainly never seen one. Kudu, jackal, those sorts of animals, very common to see them with mange. Warthog, you don't really see it. So it depends on the animal, but social creatures are more likely to suffer from it. And it makes sense, because it's easier for the mange to spread and to multiply. And even though their life cycles are quite short of those mites, they obviously have the perfect host when it comes to a lion pride. Shame, my boy. That millipede. I want to see if this millipede actually crawls over the lion, because it is making a beeline for it. Oh, I think it's stopped to munch on some decaying vegetable matter. In other words, fallen leaves. For that is what they feed on. Ooh. Inching closer. Be careful, millipede. We've had all sorts of things bump into lions. We've had the mouse that ran through a lion sighting. We've had the tortoise that... Since have you ever seen the footage of that tortoise? This tiny tortoise came strolling into a lion sighting, but it was so small that I don't think it actually registered that it walked straight into a lion, and it literally walked into her, and she just rolled over and lay on it for a while. And then she rolled over again. This poor tortoise, probably traumatized for life, then scuttled off as fast as its little tortoise legs could carry it. It was hysterical. I was convinced, because at that stage, I remember we actually had a few sightings with the lions eating tortoises. And in that case, I really was convinced this poor little tortoise was going to be a lion's equivalent of a crunchy snack. Perhaps opening a can of Pringles or something. And they didn't. They didn't even notice it. It somehow managed to escape unscathed. Then there was the chameleon on the lion's mane. There's just all sorts of interesting sightings that we've had. And right now, this millipede it's actually changed course. I'm a bit can I confess to being slightly disappointed? I wanted to see what would happen, but it's changed its mind. Oh, Murphy, really? You know, we took the roofs off this morning, and it's raining. That was not a good call on our part. Okay. Oh, that's a very interesting discovery. Apparently, Brent has found even more cats for you on this cat-filled morning.